Water Cooler, brought to you by Wingstop.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Coming at you live in the heart of Lincoln, America.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Happy Monday to everybody out there. Be a little bit more happy if Nebraska were able to get 7 more points. But you know what? Still, I think a lot of people still came out of that feeling pretty good about Nebraska. Rico doesn't care how you feel. He was saying during the break.
Okay. Everybody needs to chill out, first off. And I will get to that in a second after I fix my mic. You should turn my mic off, please.
Oh, yeah. You got to fix that. Rico's feeling some type of way. So that's a good promotion for as we got going here. Of course, we'll break down the Nebraska Purdue game as we kind of saw it. There's also a lot going on in college football, so we can kind of get to that. PB&J sandwiches being thrown in the Big Ten. Tennessee fans are just taking the goalposts, and now they have to pay for them. I mean, there's a lot going on there, so we can get into that. And then, Trey Palmer, the receiver records. He's kind of rewriting the receiver record book. What does that mean for Nebraska moving forward, in this job search? If he can get more Trey Palmers, I think certainly that looks good for Mickey Joseph. Or do you see this? I know there are a lot of Husker fans out there that have look at those other records that are right up there in the wide receiver. I mean, J.D. Spielman are the records he beat, and J.D. Spielman's games were, mostly from a lot of kind of throwaway minutes or whatever. But the point is sometimes, wide receiver numbers and stats don't equal wins if you're not playing complimentary football. I can't say complimentary, but I found it eventually.
Words are hard. It's okay.
But first, we got to have Rico telling you guys to just calm down.
Hi, everyone. So, I have thoughts.
Yeah, that's good.
I have thoughts, and I also have feelings. First off, whether you're on the side of this was terrible and Nebraska sucks, or if you're on the side of this was a really good showing and at least they were fighting and this is something we have. Either way, either side, calm down. Chill out. All right.
This game didn't do much for you?
Chill out. Like I said earlier last week, this is the first good team they'll face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to make of Oklahoma. I don't know if at the time that Nebraska played Oklahoma that they were the number 6 team in the nation, and then they just went downhill and sucked forever until they played Kansas. And even then, they only won by 10. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that up until this point, this current point in the season, Purdue is probably the best team that Nebraska's faced, complementary-wise, offensively and defensively. They had a good defense, like I said, earlier in the week. They're a good team. Good offense, good defense. Nebraska offensively kind of did what they did earlier in the season where they were kind of scoring at will. I mean, the 2 games previous, it was a little bit of a struggle. We can all say that. It was the offense was struggling a little bit, and the defense kind of picked it up and was playing really well. The defense kind of reverted back to what they were doing earlier in the season. Giving up big runs, not able to stop the running backs at all, despite Mockabee being a walk-on. He's a walk-on, but he's a nice. You look great, but he's a Power 5 Division I walk-on. It's different.
Aiden O'Connell is a walk-on, by the way.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell also a walk-on,
yeah.
and if you couldn't tell, Matt Millen loves Aiden O'Connell.
Right.
So either side, chill out. Because if you're on the side of this sucks and Nebraska sucks and will never be good again, blah, 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 because I saw that, and you're the side that's saying Casey Thompson is terrible and he needs to do this, he needs to do that, chill out, okay? Calm down. This was a good defensive effort, and Nebraska was scoring with Purdue. They were doing really well offensively. Yeah, they didn't hold on to the ball. They probably had it for, I think I heard Jake Sorensen earlier on early break say that they had the ball in the second half for a grand total of like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But they scored on all but one drive where they threw the interception. The offense was great. They couldn't run the ball. That sucks, which means they couldn't hold on to the ball for an extended period of time, but they were scoring. And like I said last week, if you're going to score at such a quick pace, your defense needs to be able to turn the other team over so that they themselves can get a little bit of rest. The defense couldn't do that. They couldn't stop anybody. They couldn't get a sack. they couldn't really do anything. They got the interception to the first drive of the game in the end zone, but other than that, it was kind of a struggle for Nebraska stopping Purdue. As I said, the offense was kind of doing whatever that they do. The defense was doing well against Indiana, against Rutgers, but as I said, those two were not the greatest offensive units. Indiana better than Rutgers, but they also didn't run the ball very well. Or Purdue was supposed to not run the ball very well. Indiana didn't run the ball very well, and their quarterback is not Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
They also don't have Charlie Jones. But Purdue offensively is probably right up there with the best offense that you faced all season. So you still got an interim defensive coordinator, and this is the best defense you face, or the best offense you faced since he's taken over. You didn't play the greatest, but you still had a chance. You gave yourself a chance throughout that entire game to win the game. And I think that's something that everybody needs to look at. Like, you still had a chance to win the game. Now, the people that are saying that's for all the negative people. All right. It was fine. It was a good game for Nebraska. It didn't work out in the end. You lost, but it was a good game. Now, for the people that are saying, at least they fought and they haven't fought. And so they were losing one-score games with the previous regime. Okay. I'm not saying that it looked the same. It kind of did somewhat, but they were losing one-score games despite all that. So everybody's saying, well, at least they fought, and I enjoyed all the fight that they put in. They've been fighting. Okay. Yeah. They've been doing that. This isn't new. The fight that they showed isn't new. And I like Mickey. I would like to see Mickey Joseph be the next head coach at Nebraska. But right now, the people that are on the super uber positive side are in the honeymoon phase that people were in for 3 years with Scott Frost, where
look the other way.
I understand that this was bad, but look at all of this positive. And it's like, I get that. There are some positives. There's also some negatives. So on either side of the spectrum, whether you're super positive or you're super negative, chill out. Okay. You find yourself somewhere in the middle, and let's have a discussion, because the offense looked great. The offensive line looked terrible. The running game looked bad because the offensive line was bad. The passing game, albeit Casey Thompson probably going to get broken half at some point this season.
Yeah.
Trey Palmer, sparkling ray of sunshine. You know who else was a sparkling ray of sunshine earlier in the season? Anthony Grant. And now you don't see him because they're not running the ball. So that's something that they need to talk about, get figured out, and find out if they want to run the ball at all the rest of the season. And then defensively, the secondary had some moments, but for the most part, it was Charlie Jones putting in work, and a lot of overpasses, underpasses, or just drop balls by wide receivers getting called, incomplete by the defensive backs. And it's like, okay, you didn't do much. Congratulations, you were kind of there. But they did have their moments. The pass rush still hasn't shown up. They were getting pressure, but not enough.
Yeah.
And then the linebacking core. I mean, you're down. This is what I was scared of when it was Luke Reimer was day to day and he might not play. He is in the middle linebacker room, probably your fastest, most sure tackling middle linebacker. And without him, Purdue was dinking and dunking over the middle, throwing slants because they realize, Nick Henrich, I like him. He's a good linebacker. He's not a pass coverage middle linebacker. He's not really, somebody that you're scared of getting in the way for pass coverage. He's more of a, come up and stop the run kind of guy. So without Luke Reimer, insert Edeva Malga Clements, who's kind of like a Nick Heinrich. And then, you throw in Chris Klarovich, a bigger version of Nick Henrich, also not really a pass protection or pass defense kind of guy. And then you burn the red shirt on Ernest Hausman. He's more of like a Luke Reimer kind of guy. He's quick, he's twitchy. He played safety, then corner, then linebacker in high school. He moved his way down as he got bigger, but again, he's a freshman. He's still learning. So it was a massive kind of issue right there in the middle linebacker room. And then you lose Nick Henrich in the third quarter, I believe. You lost him for most of the second half. So again, a big blow, and Purdue just took advantage of the middle of the field, just passing it there time after time after time. And then the missing of tackles didn't really help. But kind of going back to it, just chill out. It's one game. You got a bye week, and really all your focus needs to be on what I believe it's number 19 Illinois now.
Yeah, they're ranked. They're up there.
So look, I'm sorry, I kind of went on a rant there, but
right.
just it's one game. Whether you want to be negative, whether you want to be positive, relax. It might be fine. The world might be over. I don't know. You do you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here and I'm going to look at the positives. I'm going to look at the negatives, and I'm going to draw a conclusion from that. And my conclusion is that this is a talented football team, but at this exact moment, you are not going to win. Based on the teams left on your schedule, you are not going to win a single game until you get the trenches fixed. That's offensively and defensively. And I know that sounds simple, and it kind of should be, but at the same time, a little complicated, a little technical stuff going on there. But you just got to get somebody on the offensive line that can get in the way, at least, of a defensive end, of a pass rusher, and not allow them to run so fast past you that they run into each other. You got to get somebody on the defensive line that can get past one person, because not everybody's getting double teamed. Sure, you have two people that might be getting double teamed. Maybe Garrett Nelson and O'Shawn Mathis are getting double teamed. You guys in the middle, one of you is not being double teamed.
Well, when you're rushing 3,
if you're only rushing 3, then yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But they were rushing 4 a decent amount of the time. They had the 2 middle and then the 2 outside guys. One of you's one-on-one. Figure out a way to win. Whether you win and get the sack, or you win and force them into somebody else, or force them to throw the ball away, or force them to throw on the run, or get out of the pocket and just be uncomfortable. Figure it out.
Yeah.
And I know that's easy for me to say sitting here behind a microphone on a radio station. I know that's easy for me to say that. And it is. I don't have to go out on the field and practice. I don't have to go out there and get hit by a 300-pound offensive lineman. But at the same time, this is what you signed up for. You got to do something. If you want to win any of the remaining games on your schedule, figure it out. And you got to figure it out quickly.
Well, and that's tough. I mean, I get the idea, but I mean, usually there's a reason why those lines, it takes a while to kind of grow into that from a high school kid. You know, it's usually not a quick fix type of deal.
It's not, but Nebraska, you don't have freshmen out there. You've got guys who have done it.
But it's been a problem for years, and just kind of throwing a few new guys into the mix.
I mean, who's your youngest? I mean, they had they might have had like a sophomore playing on the offensive line. Other than that, everybody's been there for 3 years, 3 years plus. You know what you're doing at this point.
Well, or we know who you are at this point, and I think that's more where I sit with the offensive line, and quite frankly, the defensive pass rush improved from last year, but not great. We'll have to take a quick break. That was Rico's opening rant.
I'm sorry.
Take your water cooler. We'll be back with more Huskers Purdue breakdown and just look at college football as a whole right here on the Ticket Water Cooler 93.7 The Ticket.
Out, and that make me want to get my advance out.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Hey, this is Ernest Hausman. As a linebacker from Nebraska, I know how important it is to have a strong defense and a great playbook. If you are looking for a solid team to have your back, check out my friends at Burke Brown Law. Burke and Jackson will work with you to create an individualized strategy to bolster your defense.
Hi, this is Burke. Give us a call at 402-606-1441. With locations in Lincoln and Columbus, we're ready to tackle your needs. Find us online at burkebrownlaw.com.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days, with both day and night shift schedules available. Stand-up forklift and high-reach forklift experience is a plus for open positions, but they're willing to train for those without experience. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
Warhorse Casino Lincoln is open, and guests are winning big already. Get in on the fun at Nebraska's first casino. Try your luck on your favorite slot machines and join the Warhorse Rewards program for exclusive offers. The best is yet to come as we continue to build a world-class experience for our guests. Right off Highway 77 and West Denton, you'll always leave feeling like a winner at Warhorse Casino Lincoln.
Must be 21 or older to enter. Proper ID is required. Gambling problem? 1-833-BET-OVER.
Lose fat, build muscle, gain endurance. Whatever your goal, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help you achieve it. Farrell's offers group fitness for all levels in a fun, welcoming environment. Their proven method combines kickboxing, cardio, and strength training to get you in the best shape of your life. You've heard all about their 10-week challenges, but you can join as a member anytime. Head to fxbeatlincoln.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or just south of 78th and Pioneers.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer two of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brant is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to brantexcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Brand!
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler, brought to you by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Breaking news out of the NFL today involving a former Husker quarterback. Yeah, no, not Zach.
Almost got you there.
Is Tanner Lee still in the league? No, it's not Tanner
Is he?
Lee. No, I don't think so. It's actually Joe Daly, former Husker quarterback, now wide receiver coach for the Carolina Panthers. Many of you saw got in a shouting match with Robbie Anderson, star wide receiver.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if he's a star.
They're star wide receiver.
Yeah, one of their best wide receivers. And then Anderson did not return to the ball game.
He got sent back to the locker room.
Today, yeah, he did.
The interim coach was like, "Get out, go."
Good. At least Joe Daly's getting some help and love from his coach.
Jeez.
But Anderson today traded. We don't know the compensation now, but to the Arizona Cardinals. So that didn't last too long. That didn't last long to kind of see how that was going to turn out. I feel somewhat bad for Anderson because now he's played for the Jets for 4 years, the Panthers for 3 years, and now the Cardinals are like 2 and 4. he's just.
They're getting okay. Hold on, hold on.
Okay,
they get DeAndre Hopkins back this week.
They do.
They just got Robbie Anderson.
Hollywood Brown's out for the year.
Hollywood Brown, whatever. That's to go 1-2 punch. They have Zach Ertz also as a tight end.
Yeah.
Maybe as long as there's no more double XP weekends, they got themselves a chance.
I don't know. It's I think they're the only team in that division that's 2 and 4. Everybody else is 3 and 3.
Well, the Niners did just lose to the Falcons, so
the NFL is crazy. Like a lot of somehow the Eagles and the Jets are good, and there's a lot of 3 and 3 teams leading their division.
Very
right
confusing.
Yeah,
I don't know who's good.
Anybody can beat anybody any given week.
Bailey Zappi's good.
Bailey Zappi
that's how weird it is.
Hey, I predicted that. That's your NCAA all-time passing leader.
Yeah, he is. Western Kentucky Hilltoppers.
Yeah, big Hilltopper guy. So that's
you just got zapped.
How did you think about the 2:30 kickoff time announced for
Love it.
Nebraska, Illinois? By the way, ABC, ESPN, so another national TV audience.
Fantastic. I honestly a little tired of the night games.
Yeah,
a little tired of the night games. That was not like for the rest of the season, but like in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a few. It was a few too many.
It's just kind of funny because everybody wants that slot, wants the nighttime slot, and I think it's more media than anybody else is just getting tired of their deadlines being at midnight or whatever.
Oh yeah, every time you see, you go on to Twitter and you see the writers. Unfortunately for them, they're taking pictures like finally leaving the stadium at like 11:30, and I'm like, dude, that sucks.
That's part of the job, though, and so I think more than anything, it's going to be a good window for Nebraska. Not necessarily the timing window, I suppose, is the visibility to be on ABC or ESPN for a 2:30 game. Both teams, Illinois has a bye week as well.
Like it's a
going
top
into
20
this.
team.
Finally, a top 25 team. Dennis Dodd tweeted this out the other day. And it's changed, of course. Nebraska has played, Oklahoma was ranked when they played in the top 25, but North Carolina, Illinois, Nebraska, Ohio State, and California, the only 5 teams in the nation that have not faced an opponent ranked in the current AP top 25. Illinois and Nebraska and Ohio State.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So it's a bit weird. Purdue, for what it's worth, is at number 26.
Oh,
so Nebraska's very close. And they'll play Illinois, a top 25 team here in the next week. But if they beat them, then they'll probably fall out. And then I guess Nebraska stays in there. Yeah.
Exactly. But then Purdue will move up unless they lose.
Right. That's 2 weeks for Purdue.
Just a problem.
Like a hair on my mic. I don't know.
As everybody predicted, Purdue and Illinois leading the Big Ten West.
Yeah, it's a while in Wisconsin now with 3 losses. Like they're not going to get back in.
No. They lost to Michigan State.
Yeah, close game. And
look at Mel Tucker. He heard everybody wanted to fire him, and he was like, "All right, maybe we should win a game."
Yeah, in overtime though, he didn't make it easy on himself.
Let's do it at the woodshed.
What did you think about the halftime scuffle between Michigan and Penn State? There was reportedly Penn State was throwing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I saw this on Twitter. That is the 3rd time that an opponent has had a close game going into halftime with Michigan at the Big House and gotten into a scuffle in the hallway before the locker rooms. In the previous 2 times, and actually in the previous 3 times, including this one, the other team has lost. Stop fighting Michigan in the hallway.
But Michigan, that place is built for that. They come out of the same tunnel.
Yep.
And there's
it's the smallest.
It's like 10 feet apart, where one locker room to the next. I've been in the Big House. It was pretty cool. But
stop fighting Michigan in the tunnel.
Because
Ohio State did that last year.
Yeah.
You saw what happened. Stop it. Just stop it. Don't do it. You're giving them more ammunition. You're getting them more hyped up. Leave them alone. Walk by them and don't say anything. Maybe it'll throw them off.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was kind of a fun.
Don't
fun
give Blake
story.
Corum any more ammunition than he needs. He's already the best running back in the nation.
Well, and that's what Nebraska's focus is going to have to turn to, is stopping the run. I know Devin Mockabee and Purdue got over 200 yards, and that's embarrassing enough on itself. But it seemed like Nebraska, I think part of that, and you'd see that with kind of those quick pitches out of the shotgun, is Nebraska was just pinning their ears back and pass rushing because they figured that's how they're going to stop Purdue.
Well, they were also, so Nebraska's defense was also playing off coverage, so they weren't pressing. So if they didn't go with the quick pitches, they were going with the really quick passes. So it's just, out to the flat or the slants. You're playing so far off that you're giving them a free release. They don't have to, do anything. And then your pass rush doesn't have any time to get there because he's getting the snap, taking a step or two, and then releasing the ball already. So the defense playing off coverage didn't help in the run game, in the quick pass game, because you're like I just said, you're giving them a free release. And when you can't get to the quarterback when he needs time, you're definitely not going to get to the quarterback when he only needs a 1 or 2 step drop.
And what did you think about this? Because I thought this was interesting today. Aiden O'Connell, who threw for 391 yards against Nebraska, as well as Chase Brown, who ran for 180 against Minnesota. They share the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week honors. Clearly, the best player on offense was Trey Palmer. But do you have to win to get those awards?
I think so. They won their games.
Think that's fair enough?
They won their games.
Yeah.
Aiden O'Connell tore Nebraska up this week. You get a bye week, and then you get the other co-offensive player of the week.
Well, it's funny because you can get like the freshman of the week and get the special teams player of the week if you don't win your games. But
no, offensive
defensive player, you got to win your games.
You got to win. You can't have a great offensive performance and lose. That's not how this works. You can have a great defense. You can have 5 sacks, but if you lose the game by 3 points, guess what? You're not getting the defensive player of the week. I'm sorry. Somebody that had 12 tackles is going to get that.
Well, and the Big Ten Network tweeted this out for Trey Palmer. First FBS player this century with 225 plus receiving yards. and 50-plus rushing yards in a game.
That's pretty impressive.
That's not player of the week?
No, it's
First
not.
guy this century?
Should have been better.
Should have won.
Maybe he should have had 100 rushing yards. Maybe they would have won.
And the other thing that I wanted to hit on before we go out here, I guess we'll take a quick break and get to it, just because we're up against the clock, is the Tennessee-Alabama game. More importantly, I thought that we were done with taking down goalposts, but
Nope.
Tennessee said, no, we're taking those. And now the university has started a GoFundMe.
They don't need that.
To replace them. They don't need it, but should they ask for it? It's for the fans. The fans took it. I think it's kind of fair. We'll talk about that coming up next year on the Ticket Water Cooler.
You paid for it.
On 93.7 The Ticket. Hey, it's Jake Bakoven. Imagine being able to change the world by just being you. All the things that make you, you, could help with potentially life-changing research. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 to 65 years old for a clinical research opportunity. You could earn up to $500 a day. Overnight stays and return visits may be required. To learn more, visit helpresearch.com/500 or call Solarion at 866-213-2965.
Build your network, experience local business, and find out what local merchants have to offer, all at the Lincoln Expo on Wednesday, October 19th at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Stop by from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. It's free to attend. More details at lcoc.com.
Get an immediate look back at the game from the people who know it best. It's the Tanner's post-game show and the final word live from Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Hear from former players and national champions like Jay Foreman, Rashawn Jackson, and Aaron Davis and see what they saw in that day's game. It's the Tanner's post-game show and the final word, live and in person, home or away at Tanner's Bar and Grill, brought to you by Bauer Infrastructure. Only here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Warhorse Casino Lincoln is open, and guests are winning big already. Get in on the fun at Nebraska's first casino. Try your luck on your favorite slot machines and join the Warhorse Rewards program for exclusive offers. The best is yet to come as we continue to build a world-class experience for our guests. Right off Highway 77 and West Denton, you'll always leave feeling like a winner at Warhorse Casino Lincoln.
Must be 21 or older to enter. Proper ID is required. Gambling problem? 1-833-BET-OVER.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days, with both day and night shift schedules available. Stand-up forklift and high-reach forklift experience is a plus for open positions, but they're willing to train for those without experience. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 27th Street.
Hi, this is Kurt, your shop manager at A1 Automotive here in downtown Lincoln. My promise to you is this: you won't find another automotive repair facility that genuinely cares about you and your vehicle. Our service is outstanding and our customer service is better. Please give me a call for all your automotive repair questions and needs. Call me at 402-477-4660. We were built on small town values, and that shows in how we treat others. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Lose fat, build muscle, gain endurance. Whatever your goal, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help you achieve it. Farrell's offers group fitness for all levels in a fun, welcoming environment. Their proven method combines kickboxing, cardio, and strength training to get you in the best shape of your life. You've heard all about their 10-week challenges, but you can join as a member anytime. Head to fxbeatlincoln.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or just south of 78th and Pioneers.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler, brought to you by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here on the Ticket Water Cooler, wrapping things up, making way for the happy hour. Before we do, we got to talk a little bit about taking goalposts down. We'll get to that here in a second. But first, a very cool text, I think, here from Ryan from Nashville.
You have a different definition of cool than I do.
Oh, anything like about Huskers, any player, growing up, especially Joe Daly from back in the day, I like. Here's a fun fact from Ryan from Nashville. It says, when I first started getting into the Huskers, I was very excited for Joe Daly. Not sure why, as he says. And there, believe it or not, there was a time when Joe Daly was like the backup for Jamal Lord. They put him in the like every backup.
Everybody loves the backup.
Yeah, there was some excitement for Joe Daly. Anyway, he had tattoos on the back of his triceps, which were his initials. J and D, obviously Joe and Daly, and one on each arm. So my first tattoo was R and K, the same as his. Only few people know that's why I did that. I was 17 and I'm now 36. So he's got tattoos that was honoring Joe Daly. That is awesome.
That
That's
was
very
super
cool.
popular when I was in high school. It was that and the spider web on the elbow.
That was pretty cool.
So it was the initials. Like, believe it was like the old whatever type of font on the backs of the forearms. So that was very like, you couldn't go to a football game or if you went to a football game in high school and I was there, you would see at least, I don't know, 6 dudes with those tattoos.
Was there a lot of tattoos in your high school?
A lot of not my high school. Well, like, there was a decent amount of my high school, but other high schools as well. Like everybody had those tattoos for some reason. That was very popular.
Because you can only get a tattoo when you're 18, right? I mean, without your parents' consent.
Well, if you have your parents' consent, you can get a tattoo.
Yeah. I just thought my tattoo.
I mean, you see
these
didn't
have too many.
You see these high schoolers in basketball. You see these guys with like full arm sleeves. I don't know where the money's coming from. I don't know. My mom would not have paid for a full arm sleeve.
Oh no, those are expensive.
She'd have been like, "What are you doing?"
Do you have any tattoos?
I do. I have one. It's
Oh,
on my
that's right.
on my
I do
on
see
my
a
arm right
tattoo,
there. Yeah,
from time to
it
time.
lets me know when I got married, just in case I forget.
That is.
I just
actually
have to
fun.
remember Roman numerals.
Yeah.
I want to do that. So I just kind of like and I go.
You should just get all the dates and Roman numerals on your body.
Just
so you don't
surround
forget
my
anything.
arm. Yeah, just around my arm. See, this one's this. This one's this. Yeah, no, it'll work.
That's not a bad idea. And it looks cool. So there you go.
Exactly. The only
Bryce
tattoo
says,
I have.
I got my first tattoo at 16. So yeah, I mean, I guess it was possible. I got my first tattoo when I was 18. So I had to wait until then because my parents wouldn't sign off on one. I figured an 18-year-old tattoo, that's something to do with
Whatever.
18. Yeah. Also, Tennessee this week, of course, had the big victory over Alabama. Of course, meaning Alabama might not be the 1 seed this year in the playoffs, but they'll probably be, 2 or 3 or 4.
You know what's going to happen, right?
What's that?
And this is why I just despise everything that you stand for when it comes to college football. So Tennessee beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Georgia's going to beat Tennessee. And then Georgia's going to go to the SEC championship and Alabama's going to beat them.
Ooh, spicy.
They're going to have 3 one-loss SEC teams with wins all against each other and Ohio State.
But I like all these hypothetical scenarios like you're laying out.
No, that's dumb.
That never happens. It never happens.
It's-
Even like going into the final week of the season, it's like, well, what if this happens?
Fuck.
And then it always works itself out.
Buck, I bet you $1 that happens.
I'll bet you $2 it doesn't. I'll give you 2 to 1 odds.
All right, let's do it. You guys heard it.
Yeah, we'll see. I can't wait to cash
It's going to
in
be
on my dollar.
disgusting.
Joe Pompliano tweeted this out. The University of Tennessee, a school with a $1.34 billion endowment and $150 million in annual athletic revenue, is setting up a GoFundMe for fans to buy them new goalposts. So that's one of the funniest things he's ever seen. I like that idea though, because that's like it's putting, it's making the people pay for what they've done. And if you want to party, you want to celebrate, and as well they should in Knoxville. It was one of the best scenes. I mean, college football is so special because of what we saw there with Tennessee and Alabama. At least it is for now, with the regular season matters. But I think it's perfect to make the fans pay for the GoPros. Set up a GoFundMe. They can take it whenever they want, as long as they know, hey guys, you guys got to pay for this.
Regular season matters. Alabama dropped 3 total spots. They dropped down to 6. They are still above like 5 other undefeated teams. But
Yeah, for now.
sure, your regular season matters.
Well,
Get out of here with
yeah.
that bull
When
jive.
Alabama can lose 2 or 3 games a year, trust me, that's not going to
Get
feel
out of here
big.
with that bull jive. No, so the thing is, Tennessee's going to get new goalposts regardless if this reaches the goal or not. So, like, it's fun. It's a fun story and it's funny. But even if you take it, you buy it. Even if they don't get to the whatever goal it was, like Tennessee has to get new goalposts regardless.
Right.
Like you need them. Like you're not gonna wait. You're not gonna say, "Well, I can't play a game yet because the fans haven't paid for it." No,
not
you're
playing with goalposts this week.
You're going to get it.
Yeah. It's but I like the idea. I also think it's kind of funny. But somebody also points off the text line. I don't know. All of this happening, no one's wondered why a goalpost costs that much. I don't know. It's between that and like shot clocks.
I think it's like the setup also. Like you have to buy it and then like the assembly and then maybe they put cement around it so it doesn't get torn out next time. I don't know how it all
Tell you
works.
what, I'll build you one for much cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might not look
I'll build you for
might
lifetime
fall over on
season
you.
tickets.
Yeah.
There you go. I get to choose the place.
Like
where I get to choose where I sit. Lifetime
okay.
season tickets, and I'll put the goalposts in for you.
That might just work.
I can't guarantee that they'll be sturdy.
We should start a goalpost company.
One doinked kick might take it down, but I tell you what,
put a bunch of cement at the bottom. How hard can it really get?
it'll
right?
look good.
Yeah.
How do you get the whole thing up there? Like you got to have some type of crane, right? What are you gonna hold it?
You can
Bolt
climb
it in?
pretty high up there. Yeah. I'm not sure. I have to look into it a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
just get the ladder.
College football was awesome this week. The NFL also pretty awesome this week. That especially that Chiefs-Bills game. And a lot of people very interested in the
Tony
Chiefs.
Romo called the final score.
Did he?
He said it's going to be a 24-20 kind of game.
He also said that it was genius to have a man in motion to push the quarterback on a quarterback sneak. And I was thinking, genius is a little bit too much for that take. Yes, it's a good play call. I don't know if that's genius. That just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That'll wrap it up for the Ticket Water Cooler. We will be back tomorrow, but the happy hour coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.